What's going on, YouTube? It's your boy Dolo J back with another video. Either today or yesterday, depending on when I drop this video, I've already predicted the Western Conference Finals. So now it's time for me to predict the East. I want y'all to like and subscribe all the videos. Make sure you turn on the bell notifications so you can stay up to date on all videos and shorts and stuff posted on this channel. I appreciate the love y'all been showing me. Like I said in the previous video, I've been doing my best to try and stay consistent. I've dropped maybe 5 videos over a week span, so it's safe to say that I'm probably starting to gain a little bit more consistency than what I've been doing. And with the NBA season rapidly, nearing its end with the conference finals and now the NBA finals, 2 or 3 weeks away, there's not going to be too much more in-season stuff to talk about. So I'm just going ahead and try and hit every game, every topic that I can. I'm not a big guy when it comes to off-season moves, such as where this player could go, where that player where it can go. I'm more of a reactionary guy where it's like, all right, this player was traded here or something like that, or this player was waived. So I have to try and find something to do in the off-season that's going to peak and keep you all's interest. But over the course of these next couple of weeks, I'll do my best to try and figure that out. With that being said, let's go ahead and talk about it. The Knicks and the Pacers will be facing each other in the conference finals. The Knicks have made it back there for the first time in 25 years. The Indiana Pacers, who just made it last season, were swept by the Boston Celtics. Tyrese Halliburton, I believe, got hurt in either game 1 or game 2. Ended up messing up his hamstring, didn't get to play the rest of the series. And for the most part, all throughout the season, a lot of people have saying what the Pacers did last season was a fluke, given of who they played. Another injured Bucks team, you know what I'm saying? And then who did they play in the second? I can't remember who. The Knicks. They played the Knicks in the second round last season, and ultimately ended up losing to Boston, who ended up winning it all. And this season they went up against the Bucks again. You know what I'm saying? They were injured. I believe Dame missed the first game, came back the second game. Third game, I believe he tore his Achilles. So a lot of people are probably just speculating that the Pacers have one of the best, luck when it comes to injuries in the playoffs. And then they went against a Cleveland Cavalier team that didn't have Garland, I believe, for the first 2 games. DeAndre Hunter and Evan Mobley missed the second game. And when they all came back, they just really didn't look too well. DeAndre Hunter was probably the closest back to being himself, before the little injury. I think he just had like a dislocated finger. Garland did not look well out there. Mobley it was hard to find his footing since he tweaked his ankle real bad, but they ultimately ended up putting the Cavs away in 5 games. The Knicks put the Celtics away in 6 games. Terrible injury for Jason Tatum, ended up rupturing his Achilles, but he has already gotten surgery. Hopefully he makes a speedy recovery. But yeah, man, this is a blast from the past. This is before I started watching basketball. This is like 90s basketball, early 2000, like maybe 2000 or something like that. But these two teams have been just taking care of business. I want to talk about the Pacers again. Really, like I said, I believe they won both series in 5 games, similar to how the Timberwolves did on the other side. And in Tyrese Halliburton, I have been a fan, right? And I believe him taking his play to the next level after being called overrated has made me more of a fan of him. Just because, sometimes people like to overlook certain people, and he may not have the flashiest numbers, and people might say if I had the ball that many times, I could average that many assists. But to me, it's his willingness to set up his teammates, the willingness to get the ball out of his hands. Just like everybody else, I do want him to, I do want him to score a little bit more, but with the Pacers being as deep as they are, it's kind of not needed unless in certain situations, because you have Nembhard who could put the ball in the basket, Neesmith who could, who could spot up and hit, Miles Turner who, can do his work out low and from the 3-point line. And, Benedict Mathurin coming off the bench, Obi Toppin. So they have a plethora of players who can make this team, that's, people like to say, not that doesn't have a superstar. They can run like a well-oiled machine. And now we're taking it to the Knicks, who are very extremely top heavy. All their starters play at least 40 minutes, 42. I think Mikal Bridges is leading the playoffs in minutes played. It might have been Jamal Murray, but now it's Mikal Bridges since Jamal Murray has been eliminated. But they're real top heavy, and they're real reliant on their top 5 guys, maybe even 6 sometimes. You know what I'm saying? So it's all about, to me, what I think is going to happen is the Knicks have to put this series away quickly. due to the fact that the Pacers are just going to overwhelm you with their defensive pressure and just executing in the offensive end, just, you know what I'm saying, putting the ball in the position to make the defense shift, possibly get a mismatch or an open shot or an offensive rebound, kick, or draw a foul or something like that. They're just going to continuously put pressure on you. So for me, if I'm the Knicks, Thibodeau and the Knicks, man, we got to get this series out the way as quickly as possible, because I think over the course of the series, the fact that the depth of the Pacers playing anywhere from possibly 10 to 11 guys is going to wear down on the Knicks, being so top heavy that they are. And, I'm not really going to talk about matchups too much like I did in my previous video, because with these two teams, particularly on the Pacers side, it's so interchangeable about who's guarding who, and I ain't gonna try and figure that out. But we just gonna talk some hoops, man. I really like, you know what I'm saying, what the Pacers have done as far as like their defense, right? And I was talking on the last video and I said, and somebody thought I said Andrew Nembhard was a decent point of attack defender. I was just making the point that every team that was left in the playoffs had at least a decent point of attack defender, not necessarily saying I was calling him just decent. So I just wanted to clarify that as well. But the Pacers, you know what I'm saying, with the full court press and the constant ball movement, the constant sharing of the ball, any night anybody can go for 25 to 30 points. I think it's going to, suit them better, and it's going to ultimately help them if the series goes on longer. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's say 6-7 games, something like that. I believe it'll be easier for the Pacers to come out with a victory. Knicks, if they can win, and maybe, I know that it's not going to be a sweep, but if the Knicks can win in 5, maybe 6 games, depending on how they go, I can really, 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 you know what I'm saying, understand trying to get out of there and get your rest, right? Because I always think it's about rest. And like I predicted in the other video, right, the Thunder just hit a grueling series where they played 7 games every other day. So they played a game every other day for the last 2 weeks versus the Wolves, who've been off for like, I believe 4, maybe 5 days. You know what I'm saying? So I always believe that the team with the most rest ultimately pulls it out, right? So with that being said, I don't think I'm going to be any different here. I believe ultimately that the Pacers are going to beat the Knicks, and they're going to end up representing the Eastern Conference in the finals this season. I'm going to say it again. I believe that the Indiana Pacers will beat the New York Knicks in 6 games and represent the East in the NBA finals this season. Now, I could, like I said in the last video, I could be wrong. I could be extremely wrong. It could be a case where the Knicks just come out and pummel them and beat these boys in 4 games. It could be. But the reason why I don't think that's going to happen is because of the simple fact, like I said earlier, Tibbs really plays his guys. He's really matchup based. So, you know what I'm saying? A lot of them guys going to be playing 40 minutes. Jalen Brunson tweaked his ankle, maybe 5-6 different times in the Celtics series. And I believe the fast-paced offense of the Pacers, they're going to be hunting for him. They're going to be hunting for Brunson, just like they're going to be hunting for Halliburton. Halliburton has been doing better recently, I believe, in the last 2-3 games of the Cavaliers series as far as like defending and staying in front of his man. He's been getting 2-3 blocks a game, playing the passing lanes. And, I think that overrated thing, like I said earlier, is really helping him take his game to the next level. But harping back on the Knicks, it's just, man, I don't know, man. I don't really know. I know Cat's going to be in foul trouble. Between Siakam, Miles Turner, Thomas Bryant coming off the bench, I think we might even see a little bit of Jarris Walker as well. I just think, like, the Pacers are just going to, you know what I'm saying, hunt for Brunson. You know what I'm saying? So that's one thing. They're going to try and get Brunson in foul trouble. Cat is automatically just, like, foul prone, so, like, they don't really have to hunt for him. As long as you attack Cat, because not say Cat isn't a rim protector or anything like that, but he's not a premier shot blocker. I mean, I believe any big in the league, you know what I'm saying, close enough within the right position can get a block on any other big or any other player, you know what I'm saying, depending on how the play sets itself up. But as far as like being a premier shot blocker, Cat is not that. And he just has a tendency to commit stupid fouls, which is going to call a spade a spade. He commits a lot of silly, unnecessary fouls. So if the Pacers can take care of that, they're going to put pressure on you. They like to get out and run and get in transition and stuff like that. So with that being said, it might really put the press on them, and I can see the Pacers possibly getting to the bonus with maybe 5-6 minutes left in the quarter. You know what I'm saying? You do that over the course of a game, then you have a huge free throw discrepancy. The other team can't really get set up on offense like that, especially if getting stops. So that's what I'm harping on this series to go. I could be shocked and the Knicks just somehow just pull this off. You know what I'm saying? But I got to pick somebody, so I'm either going to be right or I'm going to be wrong because there's only two teams. But this has been your boy Dolo J. Signing off. Like I said, like, comment, and subscribe. Appreciate all the love y'all been showing me, man. And I'll see you after game 1 of the Western Conference Finals. Until next time, peace.